is perhaps the highest possible praise of George Roy Hill's film of Kurt Vonnegut's novel Slaughterhouse Five to say that it holds together as a whole. The accomplishment is all the more remarkable, given that many of its pieces could seemingly work against each other. Corralling those contradictions together is an achievement. Whether the results are enjoyable is another matter. Billy Pilgrim, Michael Sachs, has come quote-unquote unstuck in time. As a result, his childhood, marriage, experiences during the firebombing of Dresden, and bliss on the planet Tralfamadore with softcore film star Montana wildhack Valerie Perrine unfold prismatically rather than chronologically. The war experiences form the bulk of the story, but they are at most first among equals. Which points to some of the difficulties. Billy is a well-meaning mediocrity at the mercy of events, never the initiator. Whether threatened with violence by psychotic GI Paul Lazaro, Ron Liebman, or embarrassed by his wife Valencia, Sharon Gans, a cartoon of American middle-class consumerism at its most overwrought, Billy barely reacts. He never really connects emotionally with anyone other than fellow POW Edgar Derby, Eugene Roche, an avuncular GI who befriends Billy in Dresden. As a result, the images flow less through emotional recollection or revelation than because of clever visual juxtapositions. Thus, the real star of Slaughterhouse is editor Dee Dee Allen, one of the great unsung heroes of behind-the-scenes Hollywood. Her valuable contributions extend beyond her sharp timing and pacing to establish visual links between unconnected events that keep this achronological storytelling moving. In the opening sequence, for example, a middle-aged Billy types in his upstate New York home about his experiences on Tralfamadore. He looks up from the typewriter to meet Montana's gaze from their shared geodesic dome. Cut back to Billy, now with her on Tralfamadore, followed by a brief second shot of Montana, then back again to Billy in his garage as he continues typing. The sequence establishes Tralfamadore and Billy's life there through shot-reverse shot cutting, the standard means to establish spatial and temporal continuity. Here the technique ties together discontinuous times and places while cueing the viewer to expect similar dislocation going forward. Vonnegut's novel and Stephen Geller's script demand such technical sophistication because the complex settings and action are often in conflict. The fairly naturalistic Dresden sequences, for example, support the friendship between Billy and Derby. The domestic scenes, on the other hand, are played for broad comedy, then suspense, then quasi-surreal stylization. Only the skillful execution holds the wayward approaches together, but even a virtuoso editor cannot compensate for opaque thematic purpose. Is this satire? Science fiction? Outrage at the fate of Dresden? The splintered fragments of Billy's life sparkle, but their shimmer cannot substitute for emotional involvement. Thus, Slaughterhouse Five's quote-unquote story may end happily with Billy and Montana cradling their newborn son, but it is difficult to care very much.